tell me what you are doing right now to pay the bills and stuff.
Right. Well,
How's that going?
literally, I'm just working hard. I'm just like doing little freelance things, like, but I'm working hard. Like I'm going in the studio almost every day, just to make a song, possibly write a hook for somebody, a chorus that somebody else might want, and then it sells, and then I make money off that, you know. So
you told me you had some crazy jobs though in the past.
oh right.
Can you tell me about
In
those?
the past, I had crazy jobs. I've worked at. Okay, let's talk about it. I've worked at Kennedy Fried, like making the chicken in the back.
Yeah.
I worked at from factories where I had to be on. Like a lot of people don't know this, and you know they just see the glitz and glamour. But like I've worked some jobs. I worked factories where I was on my foot for 12 hours and I couldn't sit. I had to reach quota just to sit down, and that was not easy. So you know, it was just a lot of things. What else? What other jobs?
What do you think about the people who do that, like for their whole career, working in a factory somewhere?
It's crazy. I don't know how they do it, but like I know their body gets accustomed to it. I just told myself that I can't be in here the rest of my life. I can't even be in here for a couple months. I'm a real ambitious person. I really have to. I move a lot, so it's like I can do this job like for 12 hours, but I'm gonna just do this until I need money to get to the other step, like to the other level. I don't believe in staying at one level for too long. Even if I'm at a job, I need to get promoted. You know what I mean? I can't stay at that one level for too long, especially if I know I'm putting in that work. I can't do that. I got to get promoted. So, but like back to the job real quick. I had some crazy jobs. I worked in a library. I worked in a 99-cent store. I worked in someone. I worked from all those places to also working for the First 48. You know what I mean? Like I was typing their caption for TV.
Oh yeah, okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I've had the lowest of the lowest to that kind of job. And I was working from home. I never even met the manager, you know what I mean? I always spoke to them all over the internet, you know, but it was remotely. I'll just type, they'll send me the work, and I send it back to them. I got paid the most money ever, you know what I mean? I was good to pay my rent, like you know, good to pay it, like oop, like one check, there you go. So, but I've worked my butt off, like, from all kinds of jobs, not just trying to jump from A to B with no groundwork.
What would you say has been the best job? Aside from like your creative stuff that you do, what would be the best, you know, like normal job?
The best one I had was the First 48.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got to work from home and no one bothered me. I got to eat whatever I wanted. I just had to type a lot.
What would you say was like the worst? The factory?
No, actually. That was just hard.
Oh, okay.
The worst job? I'm gonna say the worst job I had was at Kennedy Fried Chicken in the back making the chicken.
Oh.
Yeah, that was the worst. It was like tight. Like it was a lot. I was not supposed to be there.
Dealing with all these stud chickens.
Yeah, it was like I was working at a Chinese store just in the back. It was like, yeah, it was really weird. It was really weird, but I was like, yo, I need this money. And I was only coming home with about $30, $40 a day. I said, no, hell no. I said, hell no. So, you know, I was like, you know what, I'll do delivery for you guys. And then they gave me a bike. And then that, I wasn't making no money like that either, little tips. I was like, this is not enough for like, I don't even, like, I feel like your sanity is the most important. And it wasn't enough for my sanity, you know, so I'll leave for my sanity anywhere.
What ended up happening with your school life? Did you end up like graduating, or what's the story with that?
Man, you getting some good stuff that people didn't ask me before. I did a lot of interviews.
Oh, okay.
But I didn't graduate school. A lot of people don't know that.
Oh, okay. Well, tell me what happened.
I got a lot of knowledge already, and I knew that I was very smart. I got my GED.
Oh, okay.
But I got my GED after I came. I went to school upstate New York. So.
I mean, did you get like kicked out or put someplace because of that whole armed robbery situation?
Oh no, that was a different school. I was in 7th grade then. I left school at like 11th grade.
Okay.
And it was a total different city.
Okay.
Upstate, but I didn't get kicked out. I left the school, and because I left, I was still going to their football games, and I almost got into a fight there with somebody, which is why I left.
Oh, okay.
So I almost got in a fight there at the football game, and I remember then the principal approached me and was like, you know, since you're not here, and they gave me a little envelope, since you don't come here anymore, you know, and you're here causing problems, you can't come back.
Oh,
So it was, I left and got kicked off. I left and got kicked off. So no,
Okay.
That was, but it was okay though. Honestly, I think it was one of the best things that happened for me. Weirdly, but I still encourage people to go to school. But it was one of the best things that happened to me because, you know, the reason I left is because, you know, I went to I'm not gonna say prejudice, but it was a predominantly white school.
Yeah.
It wasn't that many black kids in the school, and you know, and most of the black kids, they act different than me. They, you know, I came from a different place, so I didn't act like everybody else. I stayed myself. I wasn't trying to fight everybody or nothing. I was doing music at that time. I stayed myself, and some people, you know, it bothered some people, man. They were my friends until I started doing successful things, and it was like, oh, look at him, he thinks he's so cool. I hated that energy. You know, I hated walking around feeling like, oh, he thinks he's so cool when I don't even say anything. It's just that they see it over MySpace. It was when MySpace was popping. It was when MySpace. So they see it over MySpace, you know, but it just became like a lot of hate. You know, me and a kid could get in an argument. You know, I get suspended, he doesn't. You know what I'm saying? It just wasn't cool after a while. And you know, and my mom doesn't play that either, but you know, she seen what was going on after a while, and she was like, you know, okay, like, you know, you could leave, you know, but make sure you still get your diploma, like, and I had to.
So are you, do you still live with your family?
No.
Oh, okay, you live on your own, or
yeah,
what's that
I live on my own with my girlfriend and stuff like that.
Oh,
right
okay.
Now.
Yeah,
you know, my lady, you know, but yeah, and that was a big step too, you know. So, you know.
What is she doing?
Oh, she works in television.
Oh.
Yeah.
She's got a hookup for it. I mean, you know, a hookup to that industry.
Yeah. She worked for HBO, Netflix, like things like that, you know.
Okay.
Yeah. Life is interesting, right? It's crazy, right? I changed my whole life, I told you.
Well, tell me a little bit about, you kind of said like in high school, like you didn't really fit in or whatever. Tell me, just like as, you know, a young black guy living in New York City, tell me about that.
I found that I was way smarter than the people in my class, because Upstate taught me way faster, and I didn't even know that. It was things that they were asking, and I was the only one raising my hand, you know, like, oh, okay, like, I don't want to be the nerd in here, so you know, I'm like, all right. But coming back to New York City, getting jobs and getting my diploma, it was different, you know. I got a cut on my neck, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, I had to have a lot of manners, you know what I mean? I had a lot of manners, which I already had.
In the city?
Yeah, which I already had, you know, but, you know, you're not gonna move around New York City basically being too soft at the same time. So, you know, you still gotta use your like grittiness, but, you know, I still got judged a lot. You know, people didn't even know that I could be so conversational. You know what I'm saying? People think that I'm stupid. Sometimes I'll play being stupid, but it's like, you don't even know. Like, I studied psychology on my own time. You know what I mean? So, like, I know what makes people move. I know what people are staring at. I know the colors that make people stop. I know the time that people are online. I know there's so much like psychological things to me. So people don't think about that when they see me. You know what I mean? Until they have a conversation with me and they're like, oh wow, like.
Have you ever had any difficulty getting a job or anything like that, or not really?
No, of course I did. I've had a lot, but you know, I found that me wearing my fedora hat worked a little more, made it a little more conversational. But yeah, it was definitely hard getting a job because sometimes I just know, like, okay, I'm black, this is not what they're looking for, because straight up, because straight up they know they just can't handle me a certain way.
Yeah.
And it's like, I know that that you feel like that, but I'm telling you, I just want a job. I need to eat. And it's like, all right, well, I'll let you know. Like, a job would be right down the street from my house, and I'm telling them I live right down the street. I can't be late. My resume had this all over it. I still won't get it.
Do you think like black guys your age face a lot of discrimination in New York City, or do you think they have it just the same as everybody else?
No way. I remember just walking home from the train and getting bothered by cops, being scared of cops. Like, I lived in one of the worst hoods in Brooklyn, and one of the worst neighborhoods, Brownsville. And I remember, like, I wasn't scared of nobody else but cops. I'm scared of cops walking off the train, because 3 times when I got off the train, they like harassed the crap out of me and pulled my legs and took my phone away, and just so I can't record and all this kind of stuff. People know.
Wait, why were they stopping you? I feel like there's
exactly. There's no reason. That's where people would be like, why? I've heard people say, were you smoking? Were you doing? No, I just got off the train station.
Got it.
I'm walking home. I don't know anybody.
So you don't feel like a lot of discrimination, like just in day to day, but mainly from the police in New York is where you say you feel it.
A lot of it is from the police actually, and a lot of it from regular people too, you know. But like I experienced a lot of my worst things out here from the police as well, you know, because I know how to move around New York City now, so I don't really get bothered by the pedestrians or anything like that. But like I'll get a hard time in a corporate store or something, but usually it's like the police that's giving you the hardest time, and you know, and it's like, yo man, like you're supposed to be here to help me, you know, like but I've had, you know, crazy stories, you know, police fighting me because I don't have my ID. And they'll literally like try to like fight me, and I've had police drive right in front of me, stop, tell me to get my hands out of my pocket when it was cold outside. I already knew what that meant. Get your hand out your pocket, get your hand out your pocket, get your hand out your pocket. They're just pulling my hands. I'm like, I don't have anything. Another cop comes and pulls my leg. Now I'm on the floor. I'm like this, I don't have anything. So, but after a while, they just like got up and ran. I mean, they just like ran back to the car. And mind you, it's the unmarked cop cars.
Got it.
So it's like FBI, and it's like I don't know what it is, but that's stuff that a lot of white people are not gonna have to deal with that. You know what I mean? And they're just going down the street to do it to somebody else. And I was like walking around like a madman. Like, why did this happen to me?
Go kind of backtracking a little bit to when you were younger. Besides like the whole armed robbery incident and like the neck incident, like did you have any other kind of crazy stories like that, or times when you got in trouble or were in trouble like that?
I mean, after I got cut when I was 15, I got in a car accident when I was like 16, and the car flipped 8 times.
Oh wow!
And I flew out the car. Helicopter had to come get me, you know. But that was the last incident, and I was like, I'm not scaring my mom anymore. Like, it was both times my mom didn't know if I was dead or not.
Yeah.
Cause I flew out the car. Like, I broke so much stuff in my body. It was crazy. Like, my whole shoulder was off of my body.
How long were you in recovery for?
About 3 months.
Oh,
4 months to get everything back to normal. I had a chipped spine, a broken rib, you know, shoulders broken, lungs were swollen. It's a lot going on. So, you know, all after me being cut. So I'm already messed up. You know what I mean? I'm already.
Your mom with so many kids, it sounds like she's probably been through a lot.
Yeah, she's been through a lot. You know. But now my mom is good. She's happy, you know, to see her kids, her child on TV. Her other child got beautiful kids. You know what I mean? Like, everybody's like blossoming now. Like my mom is like traveling back and forth to Guyana now, and she's having a great time now because she wasn't able to do that for years. So now she's traveling back and forth to Guyana, having a great time. She just got married.
Oh,
you know what I mean? So like life, you know. So life did a complete turn for me, just from, you know, not having guidance to getting in trouble because I didn't have guidance, to changing my life, to being on TV, to my mom now being happy, and you know. Like, we won't even notice that we're not from here anymore.
What would you like say to like some kid that's watching this that was that's maybe currently in a situation like you were, where he didn't really have a role model, maybe his family didn't have so much money growing up, you know, like what would you say to that kid?
I would say literally, just don't let the wind blow you in the wrong way. Don't let it blow you in the wrong way.
Don't get caught up in things.
Yeah, don't get caught up in things. Don't let the wind blow you in the wrong way to hang out with the wrong people. It's gonna be hard because you don't have the guidance to tell you, like to slap you on your wrist, you know, but your mom, you know, and there's only so much a mom could do for a young man, especially growing up. So I would just say, listen to your mom, and, you know, stay in school. Stay in school, listen to your mom, and like, just try to stay out of harm's way. Because literally, I didn't care about harm.
Oh, got it.
I didn't care about it. I was already.
You weren't thinking ahead.
I wasn't thinking. Nah, I didn't care about being hurt. I didn't care about a lot of consequences. It was just like, I'm gonna do this. Like, and I did a lot of crazy things, man. I got arrested for stealing like cheesecake before because I was hungry. You know what I mean? I was on 2 months probation for that. You know, this is all when I was a real little kid. A lot of people don't know because they see the, like I said, they see the glitz and glamour, but I got arrested for all those little stupid things. After a while, I was fighting so much, like in school, like in middle school, that cop would like drive me home. Like, look, no, you're not walking home today. Because it was like every day, it was like I was just so used to just like whatever happens, happens. You know, and that mindset is crazy that I even had that, you know what I mean?
Oh, so it's a whole different mindset that you have, like a different person almost.
Yeah, I'm definitely a different person. I don't even know that person anymore. Like, I was willing to almost throw my life away for disrespect, you know what I mean? It was like, it was like, no, I'm gonna get you and something's gonna happen to you. Like,
I feel really strongly is coming across is that you have like a lot of ambitions and like goals for the future.
Yeah.
And it sounds like when you were talking about your earlier life, you know, you said, oh, well, I wasn't even thinking about the future. I wasn't even thinking about tomorrow or what's next or whatever. So, I mean, to me, that sounds like a major part of the whole mindset shift that like you were talking about, right? Am I picking that up correctly?
Yeah, it changed my whole life because I just thought I can't put my mom through this no more when she doesn't even know if I'm gonna make it back home.
Yeah. So where do you've kind of talked a lot about this already, but just where do you see yourself in 10 years from now?
Oh man, I like that question. 10 years, I see myself being on a bunch of cartoons, having my voice on a bunch of narrative movies, at least a platinum album, maybe diamond if I'm lucky. You know what I mean? It's a platinum album. At least 3 artists out that went platinum as well. I see myself having a bunch of business ventures like sneakers in stores, headphones, just having a bunch of just things on like that's out for the world that when I'm gone is still here.
You want to leave a legacy.
Yeah. So I'm gonna leave a lot of things here, and I'm already working on. I'm already sponsored to, you know, sneakers and headphones and stuff like that. You know, so I'm already building right now, and and I have my own clothing line too. So it's called Jiggy Clothing. You know what I'm saying? But I have my own clothing line that I've been having a lot of celebrities wear lately. You know what I mean? So I'm just building like right now, and however long it takes, that's cool. However long it takes, as long as I'm going like this, man.
Yeah.
Just like, you know, shout out to Tory Lanez, he said the same thing, but I felt that.
Awesome. Thank you so much for the interview. It was good talking to you.
Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it.